What is up, everybody? My name is Darren, and welcome to Stock Mafia. It was a crazy day today in the market. Crazy. I mean, everything was green, give or take one or two symbols that maybe I was following. But the Dow was up 1,200 points. And sadly, that's the type of day that we used to get excited about. We used to get excited about 20% rips, but when you've seen your stocks, specifically AMC, GME, Ape, you've seen them obliterated and just driven down with no volume, with what we pretty much already know, with failure to delivers and synthetic shares, and the manipulation that goes on with the media and how they post these fake stories and tell you that a movie's going to fail before it even gets released. It's nuts. It's nuts. But I've always said that's not what we should be paying attention to. There's other things to pay attention to. So let's hope that if you follow something that I just found on Twitter the other day, and I've told you guys before, AMC Bigums, he's good to watch. He's got long videos. I get it. But he's very informative. He knows a lot about a lot of things, especially when it gets into the financial stuff that maybe I don't have the knowledge nor the patience to dive into. I just sort of understand it in terms of swaps and things like that. So let's look at something that I found on Twitter, which is actually pretty cool. And it's something that maybe you can follow because we're getting close. So when I say we're getting close, look at this graphic that I have up on the screen. This is the Bigums timeline. So if you have followed him and watched a lot of his videos, you will see that he was very heavy on phase 6 and was talking about it when none of us actually knew what the hell it meant. But when things got closer to phase 6, look at the things that happened after this. We saw banks selling assets, which is the first thing. That's what they started doing. Whether it was hedge funds selling personal assets or banks selling buildings, and then we had a blood red market. And you're like, I don't remember that. Yeah, because it's every day. So we do remember it. Pension funds in trouble. Obviously, Europe had those issues. And our Federal Reserve decided that they were going to bail them out or maybe even kick the can down a little down the road. Personally, how have I felt about that is I think they did that and gave them $9 billion when they gave Credit Suisse and the Swiss banks $9 billion to kind of help with their pension fund issue. Is because of midterm elections. So now you get into rates keep rising. So the housing market, the mortgage rates, interest rates, everything keeps going up. And the housing market right now, prices are falling. So go on Zillow right now. Look in your neighborhood. Look at the price drops. I just saw a house in my neighborhood drop the price like almost like $100,000. So these things are happening. It might be taking longer than we think, but they are happening. The bond market's going down. We know that, and we also know how CNBC and Jim Cramer, Booyah, and all the other idiots out there are trying to sell bonds to us. They've given up on that because we just blast them on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever we need to do. And we kind of said, nice try. And then liquidation period. Yeah, they're liquidating assets, homes, whatever they can to get cash. It's just happening. So now where are we sitting? We're sitting at midterms, which is at the bottom. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And to be honest with you, I think we're on the right there, the blame game. And I've said this before. Once midterms happen, when are they going to crash the market? When is a good time for them to crash the market? Who are they going to blame? You can see on Twitter right now that there was a rep blasting Gary Gensler about Gensler having something to do with covering up this FTX crypto exchange going down. I mean, they're pointing figures. Donald Trump is yelling about people that he handpicked to win congressional seats and they lost. And he's like, oh, you blame me for this, you blame me for that. Everybody's blaming everybody, yelling at everybody. And that's what we want. We want turmoil, especially with politicians, because they're all corrupt. They are all corrupt. And now with this, we're moving in the right direction. All of this, and you can say, oh, you're just piggybacking off of Bigum stuff. I'm really not, because a lot of the stuff that he said has always supported what I've kind of felt. And I've always said, look at the blue chip stocks. Not today. They're pumped up today. And that's kind of an options trap. Thursdays are an option trap day. Wednesdays and Thursdays, they want you to buy options because they want you to feel comfortable. They want you to be like, oh, it's going to go up. It's going to go up. Let's see what happens tomorrow if it's actually going to go up. But if the blue chips do go up, they're going to drop. I think next week's going to be very interesting. We're going to see a lot of volatility. I do think we're still in for one more big market drop. So what are we looking forward to? Sadly, what are we looking forward to? Well, Bingham's always talked about one big family office exploding. He never references which one. We don't really know which one. Family offices, guys, that's like secret money. I've had some pushback from some people on this channel that says, I always say, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they aren't the richest men in the world. The richest people in the world are the money we don't know about. The secret money, the money that built this country, like the Vanderbilts and the Carnegies and the Rockefellers and that kind of secret money, the Kennedys, that kind of secret money. So we're going to see what happens, but you want to save this video, look at this chart, take a picture of your TV, take a screenshot of your phone and just hold on to this because this stuff is happening. And whether you like it or not, I mean, these things need to happen for us to get MOAS. And this picture that I put up there, like I said, you can screenshot it, do whatever you need to do for it. But what you need to understand is this, in my opinion, is what's going to get us to our squeeze. You've got to understand something, that there's no money anywhere. The rich people don't want to give up their money. And the middle class and the lower class, they don't have it. In order for our economy to run efficiently, money needs to be churning. Now, if you don't know about CBDCs, you better learn about them, and maybe I will do a video on them. They're bad news. But in terms of our squeeze, in terms of staying positive, AMC is fine. AMC is doing great. Yeah, we want Adam Aaron to be more aggressive. Maybe he is in the background. We could DRS. We can change brokerages. We can go to the movies. We can buy big bags of popcorn. We can do all sorts of things that we feel like will push our stock price up. But honestly, until we bury these banks and these hedge funds with their liquidity issues and the bad things that they've done to pension funds, until we really hammer them, we will not see our squeeze. But remember this, our MOAS, our squeeze, could potentially save this country. I know it sounds dramatic. I don't even like saying it. It creeps me out. I have kids. But what else is going to happen? So we don't get MOAS, and then they put us on these CBDCs, which is really, it's expiring money. So I'm going to give you $10, you have a week to spend it. I'm going to give you $1,000, you have a week to spend it. And if you don't spend it, you lose it. That's communism. That's communism. So for those of you that put these communists in office, that one's on you. But I think we're going to be okay because they don't have a choice. They need our markets to run. They need liquidity, which they don't have. And how are they going to get that? They're going to have to give us some. So listen, stay strong, stay positive, and I will see you on the next one.